To relate to you what happened to us when we went on the Celebrity cruise line for a trip to Scandinavia and Russia starting on May 9th. It was the Celebrity Century was the name of the boat. And I'm sure a lot of people have had great trips on Celebrity. A lot of people love Celebrity and have only the highest praise for them. However, we had certain things happen to us that I just wanted to let you know what happened so you can make a decision as to whether you would like to use Celebrity cruises or not. What happened was we ran into problems with our room. The air conditioning was on for 5 days. We couldn't get them to shut it off. We had the thermostat set to 80. At night, the air conditioning was still blowing on us. It was like sleeping in an igloo. We kept complaining. Finally, on the 5th day, we had an engineer came up and took the ductwork cover down and turned off the air conditioning, and we were able to survive a lot easier then. The other problem we ran into was we had a balcony with a door, and the door was exceptionally hard to move back and forth. We told them about this. They came and greased it up and improved it about 5%. As a result of moving this door open and closed, I ended up hurting my shoulder and had to get 2 injections from an orthopedic surgeon, and he's now talking about possible surgery. We also had problems with the toilet on the last day where it was just overflowing into the bathroom, and it took about 12 to 15 hours for them to get that fixed, but at least they got that fixed in a reasonable amount of time. We also had problems with excursions that we paid for, and they were mislabeled and misrepresented, and the company refuses to give us back any money. And we also paid for gratuities for services for dinners that we didn't go to, that they billed us for the gratuities and won't return that money either. So I'm going to show you some of the documents and some of the films that I made just so you can see this is what happened. Everything I'm showing you is exactly what happened. I'm not using hyperbole or anything else, just trying to give you the facts, and you can make up your own minds as to whether or not you want to use this company. In St. Petersburg, it's freezing in our room. They can't seem to turn the air conditioning off. They're trying to block off the vents like this. We're getting sick. It's about the 4th or 5th time we've called about this, and it's just freezing in here. Conditioning guy up here. He came here and he took this panel off. There's 4 retainers in each corner, and when he took it off, there's a hole in there, and he took a screwdriver and then he turned it off completely. So now we have no air conditioning. It's so much better now. Now this is day, 6 of our cruise?
Yeah, I think so.
And we've been complaining about this since the moment we arrived. It took them 6 days to get somebody up here to finally fix this thing the way it should have been fixed. Another thing we had going on here is this door. If you're not Hercules or Superman, it's like impossible. It's really heavy and hard. And I'm hurting my shoulders, pushing this thing and trying to get it real good. So they came and they greased it a little bit more, but that didn't really help too much. And it's just horribly hard to close. I mean, it's like, it's like muscle trouble.
Yeah, it's definitely muscle.
Hi, today's our last day on the cruise. We had some problem here. Overnight, the floor to the bathroom was wet. And we finally discovered that when we flush the toilet, let me see how I get this right here. Here we go. See the water coming out of the back there, but it's just water pouring out of the back of the toilet. We've been complaining about this since about 8 o'clock in the morning. We still haven't fixed it. It's a real mess in here because of that. So those were some movies we took on boat showing the problems we were having. Now I'm going to show you some of the documentation and explain the story about the excursions that we took. This is the big tour we wanted to take, the city highlights in Pushkin. It was a 9-hour tour, And in the description, as you can see, it says stop at the rostral columns, the Hermitage, and the Golden Spire of Peter and Paul Cathedrals. We took this tour because we wanted to go to the Hermitage, the famous art museum. But all we ended up doing was driving by it, and they pointed out and said, there it is. We never stopped, we never went inside, and it was just a terrible thing. Our receipts for the City Highlight Tour, the $164, we paid a total of $328 for. And when we came back, we had to get a refund on the next day's tour because that didn't go to the Hermitage Museum, and then we had to buy new tickets for the Hermitage Museum tour, which is what we did so we could finally go and see that art museum that we thought we were going to see on the first tour that we paid for. Now, I wrote to them and asked them to send me a copy of everything they charged on my credit card. And it's called a C-Pass statement. They said they were going to enclose it in this letter. There was no C-Pass statement enclosed. So they're not quite good at getting things done that they say they're going to do. Sent letters about the mislabeled and untruthful description that we depended on. And when I asked for a refund, they refused and offered some sort of undisclosed discount on future celebrity cruises. I don't know if I want to go on any more celebrity cruises. I explained to them that if I had bought a cake and it was made with dirt instead of sugar, and I didn't like it, and I wanted my money back, they would have offered me another cake made with dirt and said, here's another one. I don't want that. I wanted my money back. I believe my money was taken from me improperly. I believe a refund is due. The second matter is one about taking gratuities. We have 4 days on the cruise. I asked for a refund on those, and they refused. Now, here's another letter from these guys. When I wrote to them and asked them, they regret to learn about the shore excursion, and all of a sudden, they tell us that these vendors are independently owned. When you're on the boat, they make it seem as if they run everything. And they tell you that their cruises are the best because they'll get you back to the boat on time. If you go with somebody who's a private cruise person, you may not get back on time and the boat will leave without you. And everything is advertised as celebrity, whether it's the buses into the city, the shuttles, or the excursions. They talk about them like they run them until there's a problem. Then they want you to go to Russia and get your money back. Of course, regrettably, we must decline your refund request. From them, we were disappointed to learn that there was a temperature control problem with your cabin. As we strive to provide our guests with cabins that are within a comfortable temperature range, the occurrence of a problem in this area is viewed with great concern. Well, with such great concern, why didn't they fix it the first day? Our staff is instructed in such situations to accommodate anyone affected as quickly as possible. Well, they're pretty slow when it's supposed to be quick. And they apologize. But they won't do anything about it. And, we understand your request for a monetary refund, but the only said form of service recovery are future cruise certificates. Gee, thanks a lot. I don't want to go on the Titanic for the second ride. There's another letter. Additionally, we feel it is necessary to explain that as stated in our brochures and cruise ticket contracts, Celebrity Cruises is in no event liable for any actions of the independent contractors. Well, how about being liable for your own actions, like misprinting and not giving money back for things that you didn't earn, like gratuities. Please note that for your convenience, the prepaid gratuities were added to your onboard account. But I asked for them back while I was still on board. If you elect to pay the gratuities in cash payment, you must advise the guest relations, blah, blah, blah. However, since you did elect to pay your gratuities in advance, the crew members have already received the payment, and consequently, we must